theirs.
But they got the new one?
They do have a cube, but it's, seems to be different than yours, so like there's no hole on this side of the cube to mount a tripod. It's on it's like on one end or the other. Yeah, so there we go. So this is what you do
every morning.
So you do log into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check the teachers real quick.
It seems to work better.
I just stopped in because I needed to ask her this, and I'm gonna go eat, and then I'm going back to LDE.
Hasn't he been like?
Yeah. Yeah, if I don't have to have them log into the Terra deck, I'm not going to. I'm just gonna set it where if they can just turn it on and then hit that button when they're live, that's, I mean, because I know you're starting your session from there, and that's fine. Because you can do it from there, but I was doing it that way, but what I noticed is I'm doing the same thing, and I wondered,
well,
it doesn't look like I need to.
It just seems to make everything flow better.
Okay.
If I log into the cube online, and so that's why. See, it's just now set ready.
Basically got all the same connections that theirs has, but yours actually looks, it even looks smaller. Like,
oh really?
it just seems like, yeah.
Did they get the newer version?
I guess they did. I mean, it is a cube. It is a Terra deck cube. I just don't. And it, you know, they have the wireless on it, but their brick is a little. You know, the cube itself is a little bit bigger. Seems like it's like a little longer.
Yeah.
And
yeah. So in the morning when I come in, I log on here, go out, go do something. So, I mean, if you need to take a picture of each of my pages so that you see how it's all set up, but then when we go to YouTube, I never remember how to go where you're supposed to be going.
So it looks like you're on your, do you have to sign in? Or, no?
No, I'm live. Once I go, once this is up and running, I'm live. So, settings, let's see what that was.
I mean, is this,
I don't ever do this, no.
Okay, well.
No, we're just live.
Okay, well then don't do anything yet. Go back to, so you don't have to do anything at that point? They
I
just
don't
start?
do anything, it just starts.
Okay.
So, if I,
okay.
it can see.
So, it'll show up in a second, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
So,
oh, yeah, and then you do have to log in. Okay, that's why I have mine set now too. Except I have mine set to unlisted instead of public.
yeah,
That this looks the same on
that
mine.
looks the same. But every time I've called Teradek, they've just been as nice as they could be.
I may have to give them a call and tell them where I'm at, and it's probably something minor. I've been having a hard time finding what I'm looking for on YouTube, because while there's lots of results of how-to stuff, no two are the same, and they don't really fully detail, like, I just need to know,
Yeah.
like,
So
I can't find anything about setting the same length.
Yeah.
It just
Well,
says,
they just flip channels. They move so fast that I couldn't keep up with what they were doing. So I just called this 800 number
okay.
and talked to them, and they're just as nice as can be about logging in, and
Okay.
they'll set up a go to
Okay.
meeting, or they'll set up go live or whatever it is.
So
941 2111 extension 2.
extension 2.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just give them a call then.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know how they did it,
Yes, I see
but
all
I
this
stood
too,
here.
but-
I stood here with them, but they had control of the computer, and they just moved and went here and there and everywhere, and I couldn't keep up with what they did. He moved so fast.
Actually, let's see, so when you open it, what do you,
Just close out of this.
well, I did, but, so I opened up a new tab, I didn't want to close out here.
Oh,
So do you have a shortcut that you,
yeah. It's all.
here you go, your live stream YouTube, so pull that up.
And they'd set that up for me. That
Okay.
menu as my backup. And then I've just saved this startup
Mm-hmm.
with the Google, and then it just automatically comes up. And
Okay, so do you know offhand what link people are, so when they go to view the announcements, do they see, is this the page they see? It
Yeah.
is?
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm assuming it's, would it be that link?
Yes,
I guess
but
every night?
what I'm noticing on mine is so like when it starts, let's see if I can go. So like I get this page, and so like this link stays the same, but in order for them to go to a whatever, when I turn this on, it creates a new video stream down here, and it'll say live now. And so if I open that and then I send that link to them, works great. Problem is, next time I start, this changes.
Yeah.
It still shows up in here in the same in the overall channel, like it, but it shows up as
Well,
another feed.
And I
so,
tried to get everyone at the very beginning, now whether it works or not, I tried to get them to subscribe to my channel.
okay.
And, but I guess there's only 20, but everybody sees it every morning.
Okay.
You know, so not everybody's subscribed.
Right. That's
But-
what I was just wondering if you how that
So,
what the best way to go about that is, because I figured y'all had.
He,
Yeah, that looks all. I think I have that set that way.
yeah.
There's probably something somewhere. I'm probably missing a couple of more. I'm probably 98% there.
You probably are, but,
Just-
you know,
so,
I was clueless as to how to go about it. And so I just kept calling Teradek.
Well, I haven't called them
And-
yet. I've been trying. I actually got the Teradek going without having to call them. Their how-to thing that they included. But the thing that was actually the easiest part. I've spent more time wrestling with their camera. And so I finally, so anyway, they got a low-end camera, and it had Fitz trying to get it to, it would never stream audio at all, ever.
Yeah.
And so Mulaney has a camera, very similar to this one. It's a Canon, looks like that, but it's a different model number, but otherwise it looks pretty much the same. The video and the audio is impressive. It's really good. And I didn't have to do anything. I turned it on, hooked it up, and it was coming.
And it was coming.
It was going. So now I'm just trying to get the YouTube part ironed out.
So she just gave you her camera?
Well, she's let me borrow it. He's still gonna have to. They're gonna have to buy a camera.
Well, yeah, I know.
So
I mean when I talked to Terry I told them what camera, and asked them, is this gonna work? And they said, they led me to what I needed.
Okay. So I told them to set this.
Because I could have gone to Walmart and bought an HD camera, but when I talked to them, that's not what they recommended.
Right. No, I mean it's.
And it was. It was $800 camera.
And I don't know. Yeah, the one they have, or the one that I borrowed from Mulaney, retail it's $9.99. Yeah. I found it on Amazon. The cheapest I found it is $5.49.
Yeah.
So far, I didn't look high and low, but I just did a few quick searches just to see. And I know y'all spent money on yours.
I searched high and low looking for the cheapest one, and I think it still ended up costing about $800.
Wow. Well, so it is what it is. I don't know how far down you can go before you reach a camera that isn't going to work well. But I don't think there's much. You can't get from looking at this type of camera, at least in the Canon family. I don't think there's anything really below low 300s at the cheapest. I mean, and I'm not even sure what all features that has, so I don't know. I mean, I can't answer the question. If there's what's the minimum.
But I called Teradek. I wanted to make sure whatever I bought was going to work. And so they gave me a couple of different versions of cameras. I think they gave me a JVC and they gave me the Canon, and then I just went out and researched those two different kinds and tried to find but one of them may have been a Hitachi.
Okay.
But so I looked at all the different models to find one, but this was going to be the most reasonable. But I really like it because you see so much more screen than my other one. You had to just zoom in, and they had to be as far back as they could. Well, this one, you don't have to be.
Right.
You can be up closer. You can be more spread out.
That's one thing I've noticed is that it seems to be. What's really impressive is it has a microphone like this, the built-in, and so they have a tiny room that they're going to do in their announcements, and they're not going to do it the exact same way y'all are doing it. I think they're just going to have one or two kids maybe sitting in there, so it doesn't need to be. They don't have a lot of room like camera depth. But what I noticed is that in the room that I'm sitting in, I mean, it picks up people like outside, like down the hall.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're going to have to like close the door or something when they do. It's pretty sensitive. So, and that was up.
And they're just using the. This one, they're not using the external or anything.
No, they don't have any of this. That'll come later. They just need to get. I just want to get them going.
Yeah.
So then they can upgrade as money permits. But so anyway, right now we're Mulaney's letting us use that just to get them set up, and then they're going to have to shop a camera long term. Yeah. But this is my last, because what I'm thinking they'll do is, or what I'm going to try and do is either I'm either going to have to set up a dedicated email account for them to use for that over there. So they're not having to use Katie's or mine or Mark's or somebody.
Well, and we probably should have the same thing.
Yeah, in the long term, you may probably want to do the same thing.
I was out Friday. Somebody has to know how to log in.
Yes.
Of course, Karen knows my login, but we're okay with that.
Right.
Her and I.
Right.
But, I don't want every Tom, Dick, and Harry knowing what it is.
Sure. And that's why I want to see if there's how best to do that. And I found some in my looking for how to set up this URL. I found some stuff in there that talks about So like you can make a custom URL, but you're not eligible for one until you've had 30, I think it's like 30 days or 30 plus days of existing, broadcasting and stuff. I don't know, there's a list of requirements, so that's not an option for them. But then I found another one that you can, I forget the term that they use, but basically you can have multiple people, like, within our Google domain, be like essentially admins over you create I think they refer to it as a brand. So it's kind of like a channel. So you're setting something up apart from your individual account, but you can link it to multiple people so they can go in and turn it off and on type thing. So I'm not sure which is going to be the best way to go, but I'm just trying to, I know the questions will come, so like once this turns on, I'm trying to get ahead of what I couldn't remember is if you're sending out a link, and I didn't think that you were, but I have not been able to figure that out.
Just at the beginning of the school year.
Yeah, so, and that's what they're going to want. They just want one link.
And I told them to make a shortcut on their computers.
Right.
And so they made the shortcut, or they've subscribed to my channel.
Right.
And I put all that out there. And even when we changed up the YouTube, I asked them, do I need to change my channel? Do I need to send a new link out to them? And he said no. So whatever he'd done the first time.
Okay.
Because I've talked to him multiple times.
Okay. Well, I'll give him a call this afternoon.
Just trying to get it. So when I just clicked up the one time, it comes up and.
Good. All right.
And there it is.
Well,
but the only thing is I have to have half the screen has to be from a PowerPoint for the script. For the principal, just to remind them.
Right.
And so, it's a smaller screen that they're looking at up there.
So are they looking at the PowerPoint up there?
Well, if my helper doesn't come in early enough, then they're looking at this, but otherwise they're looking at there. So I have
Sharon's productions.
I have
exactly.
I have 5 fifth grade boys and 5 fifth grade girls throughout the year.
See, they don't
that are my assistants.
It's going to be interesting to see if
So,
LDE evolves to this, because I don't know how they're going to do it, what their plan is, but it wouldn't surprise me if they end up with something along these lines. But they're not going to be able to put it in that little bitty room they're in. I mean, they wouldn't be able to do a projector. They would have to use the computer screen that's in. They have a computer in there, and that's what I'm using to set this up.
Well, and last year we had the 2 computers. So the one computer was for here, and the other computer was for the data projector. But we went to the one configuration, and so that's why they
I have a question
a smaller screen.
In a second, too.
Okay.
But I mean, you're more than welcome to take pictures or do whatever you want. But like I say, talking to Teradek, they're the ones who solved my problems. They're the ones who got it up and running.
Okay.
I mean, once we got the initial setup going, and then I had the glitches, they're the ones who solved it.
Okay.
And that was just me getting on the phone with them, and then they would take control of my computer.
Okay. Well, I'll give them a call then, and we'll see what they have for me. So, all right. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Rick.